After an absolute shellacking by the Memphis Grizzlies against the Milwaukee Bucks, they jump into first place in the Western Conference. They are now the third team in the last couple of weeks to jump to the number one spot in the West. And unlike the East, where it is pretty much between Boston and Milwaukee to see who gets to the NBA Finals, the West is wide open. There are like 5 teams that can genuinely make that jump to the finals. The Grizzlies being one of those teams who have improved. Jaren Jackson Jr. is finally healthy. John Morant is playing just as good as he was last year, and they are still missing their all-star to be Desmond Bane. Once he comes back, they are deadly. The New Orleans Pelicans, this young, exciting team led by Zion Williamson, also had that number one spot, and they have been electric to watch. They can also make that finals leap. The Phoenix Suns have been there, done that before, but it all depends on health and how they perform in the playoffs. But there are other teams. The Golden State Warriors, who are the NBA champions, and we didn't even mention yet, just lost Steph Curry, but they're always a threat. And then on top of that, you have these teams with enigmatic, massive superstar type players in a Luka Doncic when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, and a Nikola Jokic when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, that can easily make things interesting in the playoffs. The West, wide open. Nobody knows who is going to make it out of the West right now. The East is a lot easier to tell. It's going to be between Milwaukee and Boston. But with the Western Conference, it is wide open. And that creates an arms race, ladies and gentlemen. The trade deadline, it's not coming, but it's looming. It's in the back of our minds right here. It's February, in the middle of February, they'll be looking at, making moves. But teams often will try to be aggressive when they realize that there's very little separation between them and other teams in the conference. Now, maybe that makes a team like Memphis or New Orleans or Dallas or Denver or Phoenix, whoever, realize that with one move, they can create separation between themselves, and the rest of the pack. And that'll be interesting to watch.